Edward Stevenson with TimelessWealth.net, and this will be technical analysis on AEterna Zentaris, stock symbol AEZS. Whether it was a news leak or a rumor that spread across the web, there was a catalyst that drove this market, and that was that encouraging news were to come out. Traders and or investors knew in advance, and of course short-term investors and or traders took profits once the price nearly doubled in less than 2 weeks. We saw a very modest decline, as we see with most biotech and or FDA plays that follow a similar pattern. However, this decline is very modest compared to most that I've seen and have heard of in my experience. So what I'm looking for here is really consolidation and or slight retracement play before further price appreciation based on another catalyst in this market that is rumored to arrive quite shortly. I believe the company is doing some sort of presentation. I won't go into that, but because I do want to keep this purely technical. But do keep that in mind that as the price has retraced, we've seen the volume settle, which is encouraging. That means the market is more encouraged to go along in the security or buy it as opposed to sell it and go short. Just to map out the sequence of events beginning in early April, we had this period where the price just broke out and hit a new high right around 174, 175 per share, and after which we saw the true breakout occur once the price consolidated, traded sideways, and then broke above this key resisting level at 144 per share. Now that the price trends above it, this is a key supporting level at 144 per share. Should the price turn south and things get really ugly, if the price breaks below this is the point where I say, okay, something's wrong here. Things aren't going as I thought they would. However, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't see anything along the lines of 144 per share because there are supposedly encouraging news and or events coming, which should drive the price very similar to this period or this period right here. Another supporting level that we have evident by the chart is 183 per share based on the open off this trading session, the close here, and the low coming off Friday's trading session. Another very slight one, and I'll just map that out temporarily, is 174/175, the high off of this one and the low off of this one. I'm just going to get rid of that because I don't believe it's going to play any significant role in terms of support. The one I do want to map out is 171 per share, and that would equate to a gap between 171 and 183 per share between these two trading sessions. Basically, this means that the price is not traded between that range, and should it break below this key supporting level, more likely than not it will test 171 and fill that gap. It may drift slightly lower. This market is really arbitrary, but it's just a good idea to map out along the lines of where the price may go. Now this blue line right here that I've drawn, I like to use to indicate momentum in this market and or strength on the long side. It can also be used to indicate weakness on the short side. This is the 10-day simple moving average and or the average price over the past 10 trading sessions. You can see that this 10-day simple moving average provided support here where the price almost used it as a springboard and advanced to 175 per share. After consolidating, breaking below, which would be a sell signal on the momentum side, we had another buy signal here where the price broke above it, slightly retraced, and then again used it as a springboard to launch itself to 219 per share, which is the high coming off of this trading session. So that maps out a resisting level, 219 per share. Another one is the high coming off Friday's trading session, which was 193 per share, and the pivotal mark, 210. This is the mark where the price or the market either does or doesn't, do or die kind of thing. If the price bumps its head and heads back down, it's not the most encouraging sign of the world. It's not the end of the world either, but I would like to see the price break above it on strong volume, very similar to the one we saw during any one of these 4 trading sessions. Actually, even this 5th one right here, you can see we saw a very strong volume, even though we didn't see any true price movements for the longs, anything that was encouraging. But anything can happen here. So if we do see good price movement, I want to see strong volume supporting that price movement as we saw during this period. And just to give you a longer term look at this chart, the 6-month chart and the 1 year, you can see how perfectly A lot of these trend lines fit in with the longer term picture. For instance, this key supporting one at 144, formerly being resistance off of this peak. Price struggled to break above it. Finally the price broke above it and landed at 219 per share, which was the high again coming off of, I believe that was Wednesday's trading session. And non-coincidentally, it happens to be resistance coming off of this period just prior to when the price broke out and broke to what was the high there? 301 per share. So that's why that's a key mark. And you can see a lot of these lines do equate with being former, either consolidating channels and or supporting and resisting levels. So this fits in perfectly. Once more, let me go through those. 210, the pivotal mark on the resistance end. 144, the pivotal mark on the supporting end. 183 supports the price, as well as 171, which would fill a gap between 171 and 183 per share. On the resistance end, we also have 219 per share, which is the high coming off of this trading session right here. Once again, this was Edward Stevenson with TimelessWealth.net. If there are any questions, please feel free to contact me. Simply visit TimelessWealth.net and look for our contact section. In any event, I would encourage you to visit our site and just browse through all the different materials and services that we offer. Perhaps something will interest you. If not, look for our free newsletter, which has been making people some good money. So definitely look to sign up and profit along with us. Thank you for listening.